Mindshift Metrics presents Why Are You Always the One to Blame? Have you ever noticed that no matter what happens, you're always the one being blamed? At work, it's somehow your fault that the project didn't meet the deadline. In your relationships, you're told you're the problem, even when you're just trying to keep the peace. And sometimes, late at night, you even end up blaming yourself for things that weren't really in your control. But here's the truth. This endless cycle of blame is not just bad luck. It's not simply because people are unfair. It's often connected to something much deeper, a hidden mindset trap known as victim mentality. Be honest with yourself. Do you ever feel like life is happening to you rather than with you? If so, this video is for you. Because today, we're going to uncover what victim mentality really is, why it traps you in cycles of blame, how it destroys your confidence and relationships, and most importantly, the steps you can take to finally break free. Section 1. What is victim mentality? Let's start with the basics. Victim mentality is a way of thinking where a person constantly believes they are helpless, powerless, and at the mercy of others or outside forces. It's the mindset that says, nothing ever goes right for me. People always take advantage of me. Life is unfair, and I can't do anything about it. This doesn't mean that bad things don't happen. Of course, everyone faces struggles. But when someone is trapped in a victim mentality, they see themselves as permanently stuck in a role where they can't change anything. Think of everyday examples. At work, instead of saying, "I'll learn from this mistake," someone with a victim mentality says, "My boss always singles me out. Nothing I do is ever enough." In relationships, instead of addressing issues directly, they think, "Why am I always the one who has to suffer?" Even in personal growth, they may avoid taking action because deep down, they believe, "What's the point? Things never work out for me anyway." Let me ask you, have you ever caught yourself saying, "Why does this always happen to me?" That's the voice of victim mentality speaking. Section 2. Signs you're stuck in the blame cycle. So how do you know if you're stuck in this mindset? Here are some common signs. 1. Constant self-pity. You find yourself frequently saying or thinking, "Poor me. No one understands what I'm going through." 2. Believing others control your outcomes. If things go wrong, you assume it's because of other people, the boss, the partner, the system. You rarely look at what you can control. 3. Avoiding responsibility. This doesn't mean you're lazy, but deep down, you may avoid making tough choices because that would mean accepting responsibility for both failure and success. 4. Feeling powerless. You believe you can't influence the direction of your life, so you wait for circumstances or other people to decide for you. 5. Craving sympathy instead of solutions. When something goes wrong, you might prefer others to comfort you instead of challenge you to take action. Quick cross-question for you. Which of these sounds most familiar to you? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to see how many of us recognize ourselves in these patterns. Section 3. Why people fall into victim mentality. Now you might be wondering, why do I think this way? Where does it come from? The truth is, nobody is born with victim mentality. It's something we pick up along the way. Here are some common causes. 1. Childhood upbringing. If you grew up in an environment where you were constantly criticized, blamed unfairly, or overprotected, you may have learned to see yourself as powerless. 2. Past traumas or failures. Major setbacks, like being betrayed, failing in school or business, or going through a toxic relationship, can leave scars. Sometimes, to protect ourselves, we start telling the story that bad things always happen to me. 3. Fear of responsibility. Taking responsibility can be scary, because if you admit you're in control, then failure is on you too. Some people unconsciously prefer to remain in the victim role. It feels safer. 4. Low self-worth. When you don't believe you deserve success or happiness, you're more likely to think life is just meant to go badly for you. Here it's a question worth reflecting on. Do you think your own past experiences shaped the way you handle blame today? Section 4. The hidden dangers of staying in victim mode. At first, victim mentality might seem harmless. It might even feel comforting because you get sympathy or attention. But over time, it becomes dangerous. Here's why. 1. Emotional burnout. Always feeling powerless leads to stress, frustration, and eventually exhaustion. 2. Strained relationships. When you constantly see yourself as the victim, others may feel drained or pushed away. It can even create toxic dynamics where both sides feel misunderstood. 3. Missed opportunities. If you believe you can't change things, you won't take risks or seize chances that could change your life. 4. Reinforcing low confidence. The more you tell yourself, "I can't," the more it becomes your reality. Cross-question for you. What's one area of your life where this mindset has already cost you something valuable? Maybe time, a relationship, or even an opportunity. Section 5. Breaking free. How to escape the victim mentality trap. Here's the good news. Victim mentality is a mindset, not a life sentence. You can break free. Here are powerful steps to start shifting your perspective. Step 1. Practice self-awareness. Start noticing your thoughts. Each time you think, "Why me?" reframe it as, "What can I learn from this?" Awareness is the first step to change. Step 2. Reframe blame into accountability. Instead of pointing fingers, whether at others or yourself, ask, what part of this situation can I control? What action can I take next? Accountability is empowering, not punishing. Step 3. Focus on choices, not circumstances. You can't control the weather, the economy, or other people's decisions, but you can control how you respond. Shifting focus from what you can change to what you can puts you back in the driver's seat. Step 4. Build resilience through gratitude and problem solving. Each day, write down 3 things you're grateful for, no matter how small. Gratitude rewires the brain to see possibilities instead of just problems. Then, whenever a challenge comes, train yourself to ask, what's one solution I can try right now? Step 5. Use empowerment statements. Start speaking to yourself differently. Instead of, "I can't handle this," say, "I'm learning how to handle this." Words shape beliefs, and beliefs shape reality. Let me ask you, if you stopped blaming others or yourself, what is the first thing in your life you would take control of? Think about it, and let me know in the comments. Section 6. Final motivation and call to action. At the end of the day, being the one to blame doesn't have to be your story. You are not destined to carry the weight of everyone else's mistakes, nor are you doomed to keep punishing yourself. Victim mentality might have kept you safe once, but now it's holding you back. The truth is, you have the power to change your perspective, to take accountability, and to write a new story where you are not the victim, but the creator of your life. So here's your reminder. You are not powerless. You are not always to blame. And you can absolutely break free from this trap, starting today. If this video helped you shift your perspective, drop a comment with the word freedom to let me know you're ready to take back control. And don't forget, hit the like button, share this with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe for more deep dives into psychology and self-growth.